Well. What have we got here? Oh, my cup is actually empty on this one. I'm gonna just read it and we're going to run with it. Ready? Let's go. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm going to read this as it's written. So when somebody leaves a comment, I don't edit it, I don't spell check it. However you write it, I copy paste it and then copy paste it again so that you guys can read it along with me, just so you know. Marnie, I would love to hear about your trauma-informed expertise than you responding to people's comments. Every video you have, you call out and attack someone who made a comment. I don't feel you have the algorithm, sorry, couldn't contain myself, or views on your channel to get so much feedback. I do not hear any educated or informed responses from you based on your clinical expertise. I am someone who has a similar background to you, and your behavior reads untrue. I'm creeped out by you. Good luck with your channel. And there was a secondary comment as well. I don't know if it was before or it was after, can't remember. But whenever it was, they were pretty much back to back. I do know that on different videos in all caps. So now you're yelling at me, a perfect stranger on the internet. It's so lovely. You're so sweet. Hard not to be snarky, I swear. I don't like being snarky. I'm not going to, here's part of my response. I'm not going to allow you to hijack who I am. And I'm not a snarky person. So I had a little blip there because it just blows my mind it just blows my mind. Stop answering questions. We do not question your abuse. Seek help. I should probably fill it with wine. Oh, I have options. But I don't tell people to fuck off. I have a feeling you do. Because that's kind of what you're doing. And do you understand that I have thousands of videos? Apparently you've watched all of them and found nothing of value. You must have a lot of time on your hands. And just like as a side note, I'm not here for the algorithm, although I thank you for boosting it because you made those comments, people commented back to you, and then you commented back to them, and I liked one of their comments, and I thanked them for, coming to my defense sort of thing. So actually you boosted my algorithm that I really don't focus on at all because I'm focused on that one person who hears one thing that I say, one experience that I share and is helped. And that's as far as I go. I know I'm reaching more than one person. I mean, I am on multiple platforms. I do keynote presentations. I get hired by big companies. There's all sorts of things that I do. I've worked with Covenant House for over a decade as an ambassador, as somebody who also has been on their committees, raise funds. I do keynotes there and all sorts of stuff. So there's lots of different ways that I have the privilege of reaching people. And then every now and again, and often actually, somebody like you comes along and you don't want me to respond to somebody like you. Because if somebody else out there who hasn't found their self-love, their confidence, and their voice hears someone like me, it might give them some words to start using to defend themselves against someone like you. You're just a picture of a person in a thumbnail on the internet. It's probably not really your picture, but I see you. And so do a lot of other people. And I have no doubt, I absolutely believe that you are someone who suffered trauma. And you are someone who wants others to suffer more trauma. That's why you come on a survivor's page and you throw shade and hate and dirt and try to, in a very backhanded way, highlight that I'm not sharing my trauma-informed expertise. But I am, every time I speak. Every time I speak, I am. I'm giving a voice to what we go through, how trauma lives in our body, and I'm validating other people out there who have questioned why they have the mechanisms they do and how they work and how they can overcome them, and how it's also not your fault or their fault or anybody's fault when they suffer trauma. That's actually trauma informed right there, not victim shaming and blaming and telling people you don't believe them. I'm not here to give my clinical expertise. I do that in sessions with my clients, one-on-one. Doesn't mean that when I speak and when I share my stories, I don't have that in mind, and that I'm not ever sharing, tips and tricks and things about, how to heal or live your best life, or giving examples like I am now, how to respond to somebody who's coming at you with hate, with judgment, with trying to silence you. So yes, I do come on here and I do share some therapy options and things like that, and my expertise. The bulk of what I'm sharing is about my personal story and some of the ways that I have personally overcome and healed from the things that have happened to me. Realizations that I've had from my personal experiences about how narcissistic family systems work, which is what I'm from. That's what I come from. And earlier, by the way, when I said to you, I have no doubt that you were a trauma survivor, I don't. And along those lines, there is a difference between you and I. And I know that you're trying to paint us with the same brush. I get what you're doing. It's not original. The difference between us is that I'm never going to come at someone, and I don't like absolutes, but in this case, I am never going to come at someone with hate. I will defend myself. I will be constructive in the way that I defend myself. I will take care of myself. I will be the voice for other people. But unlike you, I recognize I can do that without hate, without personal attacks. There are plenty of other creators out there. Dr. Romani, shout out to her. She's amazing, who will offer their clinical expertise. So rather than you coming on here and basically demanding that I alter my content to suit you, maybe you go on the pages that resonate for you. Notice everybody out there. Remember in the all caps, she used or he or they, I don't know, because I'm sure your profile picture is not real. This person used we, as if she's speaking for every person who's looking for healing, for content, for relationships, for education, information, whatever it is, as if she is representative of everyone out there. That is a marker of somebody who has kind of an overinflated ego and some grandiosity. I'm just going to put it out there. You're welcome to stay. It seems you want to go. It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm perfectly happy to have dialogue, to have differing opinions, and to, school someone when they need it. And I think in this case, while I'm sure it's falling on deaf ears, I feel like you needed it at the same time. And if you block me, you don't watch me or whatever, it doesn't really matter, because somebody out there gets this kind of shade thrown at them at some point in time. And they need to know, if they don't already, how to respond to it, how not to let it fluster them or upset them or anger them or trigger them or whatever that case may be. And there was a time in my life where if somebody had come at me the way you did, stranger, loved one, a loved one wouldn't do that because that goes in the face of what love is. It's the opposite of love, throwing hate and shade and saying somebody creeps you out and all that sort of thing. But I'm just saying, in real life circumstances, whether it's online or in person, in the past, if somebody said something like this to me, and when I say past, I'm talking over 15 years ago, it would have really struck a chord and lived somewhere, because it resembles the abuse that I came from. And I think you know that. I'm not going to wish you the kind of day that you deserve, because that's snarky. I'm going to genuinely wish you your healing, love, light, and peace. And I do hope you find it. Take care.